The room was aglow with golden lights and laughter hung in the air. The guests dressed in their best moved table to table, congratulating the couples, raising glasses, and smiling as if the world were beautiful. If you are new, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, let us know where you are watching from. To them, it was a wedding to cherish, a union that heaven blessed. But under the bridal veil, Amina's smile was a farce. Her lips smiled, but her heart did not follow. She was marrying not for love, but for survival. Her father's words echoed in her ears as she walked down the aisle. "This is the best decision for you. Don't ruin it with silly dreams. A man's wealth and name will protect you. Love is a luxury." She had swallowed those words like medicine, bitter but necessary. Poverty had pursued her family for years, and she had seen the wearied face of her mother age a little bit more every day through sheer struggle. So when this wealthy, well-respected man requested her hand, everyone demanded it was her chance at a good life. She longed to believe them. She longed to believe that maybe respect could develop into affection, that safety could turn into love. But the instant her husband raised her veil and gazed at her with eyes that were keen, far away, and cold, she knew. This was not love. This was a union consecrated in anticipation. She attempted during the initial weeks. She prepared his supper, discovered what he liked, waited up for him whenever he returned late from work. She was convinced patience would conquer him, that kindness would melt his taciturnity. The nights stretched out, though, and the space between them widened. He returned later and later, reeking of smoke, liquor, and something much worse, perfume that did not belong to her. One evening, she found a lipstick-stained shirt in his drawer. Her hands trembled as she held it, the truth burning her skin. That night she waited, her heart pounding, and when he finally returned, she asked him the question that had been choking her. "Who is she?" Her voice was small, but steady. He smirked, dismissing her pain with a shrug. "Don't start. You stepped my wife, that should be enough." Her reality crumbled. She had been loyal to him, patient and kind, and none of it counted. She wept in silence into her pillow, stifling her tears so no one would notice, but every drop leached away a little more of her energy. Weeks became months, and her soul was a shadow of the thing it was. When she finally sought the comfort of her family, her mother's reply cut more deeply than her husband's infidelity. "Every marriage is hard work," her mother replied coldly. "Buck up, Amina. A woman's strength is sacrifice. If you quit, you'll shame us all." The words were like shackles holding her back to her pain. There was no solace, not even in the embrace of those who professed love for her. But one night, something shifted. Her husband came home drunk, the laughter on him like perfume. She was standing in the doorway, seeing him fall onto the bed, and something within her cracked. She moved over to the mirror on the far side of the room and looked at her image. The girl she'd once been, full of dreams, full of hope, wasn't there anymore. In her place was a shell of a stranger, eyes empty and black. "If I remain," she whispered to herself, "I will lose myself forever." It was then that she knew. She could no longer wait for rescue. No one would come. Her family would not save her. He would never change. If she desired freedom, she would have to take it. The following morning, she sat at the table, her hands clasped in her lap, her heart pounding. When he arrived, she gazed up at him with peaceful eyes. "I know everything," she whispered. "I know about her. I know about the lies. This ends today." He laughed hard and cold. "Ends? You can't live without me. Who will take you back? Your family won't stand by you. You're nothing without me." But she didn't blink. She felt something fierce stir inside her for the first time in years. Her voice remained firm, her spine straight. You're wrong. I might have been nothing with you, but without you, I can become anything." And she walked out. The whispers started right away. Neighbors gossiped, friends shook their heads, and her family grew cold. They called her stubborn, rebellious, ungrateful. The world viewed her as a failure, a woman who failed at keeping her marriage intact. But Amina did not give up. She located a small apartment on the outskirts of the city, one with peeling walls and broken windows, but it was hers. She located employment, modest at first, but sufficient to stand on her own 2 feet. Every day was a struggle, but every evening she put her head to bed with pride. Months went by. The ache grew old, worn out by the toughness within her. She found friends who picked her up, hobbies that she had hidden away, and slowly started to live again. The shackles of silence had been broken, and though the wounds did not heal, they became badges of survival, not shame. One night, she stood in front of her mirror again. She did not see a stranger this time. She saw a woman, strong, intact, unbreakable. A woman who had gone through fire and was not burned. A woman who had been broken once but now stood unshaken. She whispered a promise, not to any man, not to her family, not to society, but to herself. Never again will I silence my voice. Never again will I trade my soul for approval. From today, I live for me. And with that, she smiled. A real smile, born not of obligation, but of freedom. Her story was no longer one of betrayal. It was one of rebirth.